Bye for now, I'll keep you in my heart. Oh, goodbye for now, I'll keep you in my heart. Goodbye for now, I'll keep you in my heart. Goodbye, I'll keep you in my heart. Didn't listen. Kiya Lacey. I'm a 19-year-old singer-songwriter, entertainer, performer, a young visionary. I'm still trying to figure out who I am, really. I'm in a very transitional stage, experimenting with different genres, sounds, and just figuring out what it is that makes me me and what separates me from the other artists, especially other artists in Nashville. My journey has been incredible. I started working on music when I was about 14, 15. I sang in the choir at church. I did open mic sessions at my church, and then my mom would make me sing everywhere we went for people, at Walmart, at grocery stores, in the mall, wherever we went, she made me sing for people. And then I started singing in my school choir at Harpeth Hall. And then we had a rock band, so that was my first time really experiencing being on a stage and singing in front of people solo or with a band backing me. And then my junior and senior year, I started working with two songwriters, Joe Croker and Scott Myrick, on a jazz album that's on iTunes. It's titled Kiya Lacey, and they were songs originally that we were going to pitch to another artist, and we ended up making it my album. That project was incredible for me to grow as far as recording on tape in one take with a whole band, but it definitely did not represent my sound or the true Kiya Lacey and what I represent as far as the genre and my style. It was a great experience because I was able to work with talented musicians and writers and get the feel of how it is to work with a live band and how you conduct a great session. But I feel like this new project, Fell in Love EP, is definitely more in my lane and more of the style that I'm going for. How can I run away? 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 Well, my mom is a big influence in my life, obviously. She has always encouraged me and my brothers to express ourselves in any way that we feel comfortable. And I went to an all-girls school, very clean-cut, preppy, and I felt like it was a great advantage because I was able to express myself. I didn't feel judged by anyone. I didn't feel like I had to fit into a certain standard because there were guys there. I was able to fully and freely be myself, and I found myself in that. And even my first 2 years of college, I've been able to just experiment with what it is that I like and how do I want to represent myself. How do I want to look? How do I like my hair? I'm not really caught up in what other people think of me. So as far as being out of the box and being different, and that just comes naturally for me. It's not like an attempt to, oh, how can I stand out? I'm gonna get pink hair. It's just like, I like pink hair. I'm gonna get pink hair. It's not really about what other people think of me, and that's really what I want to represent as an artist. Just expressing yourself the way you want to. If you want to wear an oversized t-shirt and sneakers, you can. If you want to wear a t-shirt and jeans, you can do whatever you want to do. And I feel like that's just an important part of being me, but that I want to help others see that you don't have to on purposely try to be different and edgy. Just do what makes you comfortable, do what makes you feel good. I really don't want to be like very dramatic about this, but I do definitely, I definitely think I would be a different person without music in my life. But music has always been a major part of my life. From my parents playing records to being exposed to all different types of music, I really had no choice but to be pushed in front of people and pushed on stages and exposed to all different cultures and different genres. But I really have turned to music as an outlet. I battled a lot of depression and insecurities, and I found myself through music and found myself by expressing myself. And even when I'm sad and I'm stressed out, I'd rather be on stage performing than anything. And I don't really get nervous anymore. I get more anxious. Like, I can't wait to get on stage. I can't wait to perform. And it's not even a cocky thing. It's more just, that's where I feel comfortable. And that's when I feel most vulnerable. That's me expressing my words and my experiences and sharing that insight with other people.
I've been thinking about you day and night. I fight my mind alone. I know that you'll never let me. You'll never let me. It's getting hard to bear. I can't escape my thoughts. My flaws stick out like thorns. They cut deep. They cut deep. In the meantime, hold tight. Hope you never go. Want you in. I hope you know. Finding myself lost within you.
And it really is much deeper than people think. They're like, this is such a simple chorus. I know, I know, I know. And it's like, no. I Know is a song about realizing that the person you're with is not the person you're going to be with for the rest of your life, even though you thought that. But it's just being honest with yourself and the other person and saying, this is what it is. This is not going to be the fairy tale dream ending. As an artist and what I experienced from my first album, from that point forward, I was 17 when I first started on that, but working with Fell in Love EP and going forward, as an artist, I feel like it is very important for me to be a part of every aspect as far as like co-producing. I don't play any instruments, but I have a very good ear and I know what I want and I know what I want it to sound like. So most of the time I usually just sing what I want it to sound like. And sometimes people send me beats too, and I always like end up changing it in some kind of way, making it fit and work for what I want to do, because I feel like the lyrics are just as important as the music, and I want people to feel something. I want people to understand what I'm trying to express. But I like to write. I don't mind co-writing sometimes, but I like to have some hand in it, because I feel like as an artist, as Kiya Lacey, I want it to truly come from me to the listener. Love is within everyone, and we get caught up in the negativity in this world, but there is love in everyone, and you can find love, you can find happiness, and love is just not just the sexual, the physical connection, but love is happiness, love is God, love is life. Is that good?
That's great.
Artist-wise, Pharrell Williams is like one of my biggest inspirations as far as he's always just been true to himself. He is a very young spirit. I had the pleasure of meeting him when I was in the 8th grade. He came to Nashville for Rites of Spring, and I was just in awe, like, oh my gosh, this is Pharrell. And he is doing what I want to do ultimately as far as music, singing, producing, rapping, fashion, art, crafts, designs, all of that. And I'm really a big fan of what he stands for and his business with I Am Other, and I definitely feel like he knows what's up. We have the same wave, we have the same vibe. Vocally, Esperanza Spalding is my favorite. She's a jazz artist, and I got to meet her as well 2013 at her show in Knoxville, and I cried like the first 2 measures. I was just like, why is she perfect? Vocally, she knows exactly what she wants. She knows exactly what she's doing. She's brilliant. Maya Angelou, she just, as a poet, I am like a personal poet that has never really shared my poetry. I put my poetry in music, but I've just read a lot about her and what she stood for in the movements and how she was involved socially and historically that a lot of people don't know about, and how she was a dancer and the movies she was in. I just really respect her and what she stood for in her writing, and she was not afraid to tell the truth whatsoever. Stevie Wonder, musical genius. Do I have to even explain why I like Stevie Wonder? Like, that's a given. Of course, I'm a Beyonce fan, duh, who isn't? I mean, people say they aren't, but they still love her music. She's amazing. And I admire her as a performer. She really knows how to put on a show, and that's like one of the biggest things that I have been working on, because it's one thing to be able to sing and carry a note, that's cool, but can you sit off a stage? Can you send it up? And that's what I want to do. Nashville, Tennessee. Okay, I'm kidding. I am weird. Neither one of my parents are from Nashville. They met at TSU. And I really don't feel like okay, I shouldn't say that. I don't really feel like I'm from Nashville because my family isn't from here, but I grew up here, elementary to now, I've been here. Nashville is a melting pot, and it's definitely in a transitional stage, and it's growing and it's changing culturally, and people are opening their eyes to coming to Nashville for a greater purpose. And I feel like the local artists, especially the soul artists in Nashville, with all the little spots like Bourbon Street, 3rd and Lindsley, I've really watched them grow, and I watched me being a young artist and just like sitting in the audience like, I can't wait, I wish I could be a singer, and them inviting me to come up on stage to sing background, or inviting me up to do one song with them and just to be their little shadow. And so I feel like I am a product of many artists in Nashville, such as Mike Hicks and Lo Carter and April Rucker, Jason Eskridge, Laura Reed. I just feel like all of them have really impacted my growth and helped me realize that this is what I can do, and that I can make a living doing it, and I can be confident, and that I can represent Nashville well. I've really taken a lot of time to meditate and figure out that this is what I want to do, and music is what I will be doing as my career. And as I take each step to follow my dream, I am in an understanding process that this will be a journey, and I find courage with pulling from other people and talking to them, and not being afraid to fail, not being afraid to mess up. I might miss a note, but at least I tried to get to that note. I might think I have a hit song, and someone says, you know, that's not true, that's not the best song you could ever do. But I'm not afraid to get critique. I'm not afraid to share myself, and it really just takes time to get the courage. It really takes time to be that bold, and I'm just growing. I found that courage within myself first, because that's where it starts, and I was able to do that with the help of my family and friends.
So I can be by your side, so that I can feel alive, so that I no longer cry. 3, 4, again you were took away, but what for? I'm still missing answers and much more. Somebody please explain.